What's up, everyone? Scott the TroutHammer here. We've got a little bit more mild of a day compared to yesterday. More mild just meaning it's like 10 degrees colder. It's still 90 degrees outside. Starting fishing here in the evening. It's 6 p.m. right now, and the order of the day is I want some big summer bass. So I'm going to be using lures that I use specifically to target big bass in the summer. You know, you can catch bass year-round. They're one of the most readily available game fish. A lot of people think that bass are only a fish you catch like in the spring and fall, summer and winter. They kind of shut down. In the summer, they're still pretty active. You just got to know what to look for. Going to talk about all that stuff during the video, but before we do, I'm going to ask that you guys please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get this channel to grow to 1,000 subscribers. I need your help to do that, so if you could, please hit that subscribe button down there, little notify bell up there, so you're going to be the first to see all the great content that's going to come from this channel. And I'm doing shout outs to new subscribers, so if you want your name shouted out in the next video, all you got to do is subscribe today. Yep, you saw me. There you go, guys. That's a fish. There you go, guys. That's unreal. Oh, this is such an awesome looking fish. Oh, yeah. All right, guys, check that out. So pretty much what we got going on today, we got a frog for some topwater. We got a weedless belly-weighted swim bait. We got a Texas rig brush hog, and because they're an amazing thing, we got a weightless Texas rig Senko. So the reason I picked this spot to start out is because all of the coldest and all of the cleanest, most oxygenated water is going to be in this area because the creek flows in right there. You guys have seen me fish this spot before fishing for trout, but this is also a great bass fishing spot when it gets real warm because they like areas like this. You can see we got plenty of vegetation to give them some cover from the sun. You know, all this milfoil and all this hydrilla, you know, they're going to school up right in that stuff, which is why I've gone weedless and topwater. Yeah, this is one of the few spots that I can fish undisturbed. I love you guys, I really do. Sometimes when I'm fishing in public, I just want to be left to fish. Yeah, bottom line with bass in the summer is take a lot of the things you know about winter bass fishing and just flip it on its head. In the winter, they're looking for the warmer oxygenated water. The primary thing you want to look for is the oxygenated water. In the summer, they're looking for the cooler, more oxygenated water. And that's going to be anywhere where there's a current, real shallow areas, real deep water, I mean super deep water, or anywhere where there's vegetation because the vegetation is going to put off oxygen in the water. And a lot of your winter tactics are the same also, just fish at a slower pace. Got ya. You're going nowhere. And again, that's why you use that heavy line. I just pulled up more grass than bass. Oh man, he was barely hooked too. And not the biggest on a frog, but, you know, still take it. I just gotta get this turned back around. Alright, gotta be more over here. And like I said in that topwater bass lures video, you know, you bring that walking frog over this stuff, it's just a matter of time. You know, here's also a good thing about that. You know, consider yourself, you're fishing in cover. You're fishing in conditions where the bass are protected from the sun. Look where the sun is in the sky. It's I think 6:30 right now, and you know that guy was caught right out of the heat of the day. I actually couldn't see that particular strike. I had to push right in my way. The only reason I knew I had a bass was I heard that blow up on the surface, felt my rod load up, and just rammed the hooks home. Oh, dang it. Right as he struck, he threw it out of the water. That just means there are more over here, and they are hungry. So one thing you want to do when you cast out your frog, if you guys noticed, like on that cast, I didn't like just let my line go where I want to. I actually guided the line down because that's the line your frog is going to come through when you pull it on the surface. So decide where you want your frog to travel. Decide its trajectory before your line settles, and make your line settle accordingly. Oh, little guy in there. Alright, I don't know about you guys, but it's getting hard for me to see in that spot, staring at the sun the whole time. I'm going to pick a cooler spot. And I know I'm breaking the primary rule of bass fishing is the bite's good in the spot, don't move on, but I can't really film there. All that sun and glare, it's not gonna make for a good video. But also, let's go to a spot that has some shade. I'm just gonna miss having this set up like that. My favorite thing about this spot is I can hang my tackle backpack in a spot that's easy for me to reach and lean all my rods against the tree. And here's why. I'm actually curious about something. I want to see how much my tackle backpack weighs. You know, the stuff I bring for big bass fishing. This thing weighs about 32 pounds. Another reason I want a boat. Not that I'm trying to play one-trick pony or anything, but that vegetation right there is a lot thicker than I want it to be for any of the weedless stuff I've got. So, aw, the bushes gave me flowers. Sticking to the frog. Now the frog, I am totally okay with bringing through the super thick stuff because the bass can see the shadow of the frog through that vegetation. You know, though it's thick cover, it's not thick enough to prevent light from getting through. That's another reason why having a heavier frog, you know, something like this topwater, you know, that heavier topwater lure, it's gonna do you a lot better in terms of hooking up a fish because that weight of the frog, I mentioned this before when I went to St. Louis Ponds, that weight of the frog will push down on that cover and it'll be a lot easier of a profile for the bass to read, but also makes it look like a bigger, thicker frog. Better meal. Got sunfish trying to eat the line. Well, that's good. If there's sunfish hiding in this weeds, that means should be some bass too. Yeah, not gonna lie though, frogs are one of the easiest lures to draw a bass into striking from, but they are one of the hardest lures to land a bass on because the technique is so specific. You got to wait until they've got it down in their mouth, and you feel the weight of the fish. You feel your rod load up. You reel into the fish, and then you have to try to rip the fish's head off, setting the hooks. You got to bury both those hooks into the fish because something about frogs that people don't know, those hooks actually fight against each other. So the deeper the hook penetration, the better. But also why it's so much harder to land a bass on a frog is because you have to wait like that. When you see the blow up, you can't immediately try to set the hook. You got to wait a second, wait till you feel the weight of the fish, then do it. Well, you know what? I see an overly rare opportunity to fish that dock on a Saturday night, so I'm going to do that. And a lot of stuff I brought, probably better for that location anyway. Oh hi little bunny, I actually almost just stepped on you. Oh my gosh, you didn't even run or anything. How you doing? Look at you. I got some seeds. You want some seeds? Probably not barbecue. There we go. Oh, is that fly bugging you? Wait. There, huh? Come on, dude. Want some seeds? Huh? You are so docile. You are just so docile and friendly. You don't care that I'm here. I mean, geez, I almost stepped on you. You didn't even run. You are the longest I've hung out with the wild rabbit. Do you know that? Wait, are you a chinchilla or are you a rabbit? Because those short ears are kind of throwing it off. Those flies bugging the crap out of you. Yeah, they're bugging me too. You are so awesome. Are you the one I heard in these bushes earlier? Oh, you let me touch you. Oh, you don't care that I pet you. You are so awesome. Okay, I don't want to ruin your experience. That's a completely new experience for me. Every wild rabbit I've run into while fishing, as soon as they see me, they jet off. They GTFO. This one's actually still right over here. Yeah, this one's actually still there. Just doing his thing. The sunflower seeds for you if you want them, and they're not salted. Alright, I'm just going a few hundred feet that way. Probably don't need to tie those rods down. The only thing that sucks about these rod socks is they pretty much act like wind sails once I get going on the road. And just like that. Alright, so this will look familiar. Same spot I was at yesterday. That was not here yesterday. I actually want to start over here with the brush hog. Man, it just died over here. Well, you know, I haven't been there in a while, and it's on purpose, but let's go to Waverly. Let's try a little frog action over here first. Absolute ton of sunfish right here. Yep, nothing going on over here. Yeah, something I should probably say, sort of as a disclaimer. The reason why I've been bass fishing so much, and you guys haven't been seeing me panfish very much, and especially haven't seen me trout fish a lot, is I love developing skills and I love growing as a fisherman. I feel like I've got trout, panfish, things like that. I've got those down, nailed down so well that I really can't grow in those categories. I'm not saying in any way that I'm perfect as a trout fisherman or as a pan fisherman. It's just I've already got so much experience in those areas, and I've learned so much for those species of fish that I want to learn more, and that's why I've been doing bass. You know, I want to be a complete fisherman. I don't just want to be the trout guy, because I want to teach as much as I learn also, and I want to teach you guys bass. I got to know the bass to be able to teach it. And before we go over to the more likely topwater spots, let's see if there's anything over in this little inlet area here. Usually is. Usually a couple 2-pounders hiding out in here. I just had one that was about a quarter of a pound chasing it. Well, chatterbait was as big as it was. I got bit over here, but it wasn't a committed bite. So let's go back over to topwater area. Ooh, come back, Mark, come on. You know what? I'm gonna move to a closer spot for you, because it's the second time that bass has struck on the Senko. Or, sorry, Yum Dinger. I know people are getting all up in arms about the difference. Plastic stick bait, how about that? This punk. I just realized the entire time I've been fishing here, there's been a bird hanging out right down there, right in the tulies. And besides fishing, this is a nature show today. Rabbit and then a bird. Oh, do you guys see that? You guys see that swirl? That's a bass chasing those ducks. That's a bass trying to eat those ducks. There's a big fish out there. Well, I'll tell you guys what, if there's a big bass over in that shallow area, this is a rare opportunity I will not pass up. Oh, it's time. I'll make sure real quick my leader knot's going to be strong. Tune up the band. Here we go. So like I said in my video about my top 5 favorite topwater bass lures, this wake bait usually works a lot better in conditions where it's not absolutely glass calm like it is now. Pretty much the only difference in the way I'm going to retrieve this thing is I'm going to retrieve it a lot slower than I normally would. Yep. Oh, I lost it. Oh, but did you guys see that blow up? That was a big fish. Alright, let's get back over to this side. Here is where the action is. Oh, there you are, Mr. Bird. How you doing? What kind of bird is that? Oh, let me know in the comments below. I'm unfamiliar with that species of bird. Okay, I just saw a disturbance right behind those ducks. Wonder if something's going to attack them. I've been saying it for years. The Oregon state record bass is hiding somewhere in this lake. I promise you. It's right in my path. No, it moved off. Oh, I just saw the Vigo that way. Hey guys, I'm not joking. When that thing bit, this lure, this big heavy lure was completely underwater. That was a big fish. since it's getting a little darker, I want to get some other top waters to the party, like that grass burner I was talking about. So since I'll miss a lot less strikes on this than on the rat, I am losing daylight fast. Alright guys, that's it for this trip. Didn't get the size of bass I wanted, but that blow up I had on that rat, that was a big bass. That was over 5, had to have been. There's a big girl lives in this lake. I see she's out and about again. So I'm going to be coming here a lot more often at night trying to fish for her. One thing about the fishing for me is I don't want to get so caught up in the success of whether or not I catch fish that I lose the appreciation for the catch. I don't want to get to a point where it's like, oh, I'm not catching fish, and I feel pressure to go catch fish to put it on, to make some content to put on the channel. I still want to enjoy the fishing. I still want to love it. That's what I want you guys to do. I don't want you guys to get caught up in the success either. But of course, as always, let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. I know this year's been rough. I know this year's been long for the fishing, but I mean, let me know what you guys thought too. Let me know if you guys have had the same situation fishing I've had this year. And I'm trying to get this channel to grow to 1,000 subscribers, and I need your help to do that. So if you could please hit that subscribe button down there, and the little notify bell up there, so you'll be the first to see all the great content that's going to come from this channel. And if your subscription setting is on public, I can read your name when you subscribe to the channel. I can give you a shout out. I did see in this time while I was fishing the last couple hours, my subscriber count did inflate, but everyone had their account setting on private, so I couldn't see who you are when you subscribe. I still thank you guys just the same, as always. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, tips up, tight lines, and have fun fishing.